All right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome to Game 7 of the Roller Derby Tournament 2025 here in Cleveland Heights at the Cleveland Heights Community Center. We have the Tampa Bay, or sorry, not Tampa Bay, it's Tampa. Tampa Death Rollers playing Flower City Fear. I'm Zero, and I'm here with...
Cherry Bomb.
Hi, Cherry Bomb. How you doing today?
I'm doing real good. How you doing?
This is our first time announcing together.
It is.
It's also like my fifth or sixth time announcing ever, which is pretty exciting.
We've skated together.
Yes.
We've reffed together.
Yes.
We've probably NSO'd together at some point.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now we're,
I'm sure.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Now we're announcing together.
Absolutely. So how about you start off with Tampa, and I'll do Flower City for the rosters?
All right, sounds good. Skating today for Tampa Roller Derby, we have 103 Crush Groove, 112 Tank, 114 Alpha Vixen, 117 Disaster Chief, 120 Evil Apple, 1676 Lemonade, 18 Slamwich, 19 Mini Thor, 219 Mic Drop, 24 Bourbon, 4 The Truth, 401 Induce in Pain, 411 Ericonda, 424 Zombie, 446 Red Stiletto, 50 Rojo Grande, 626 Phoenix, 777 Kali Kunyama, 83 or Kali Kunyama, 83 Break Some Bones, 999 Honey Badger.
All right, with that rolling whistle, we'll have our jam start. In between jams, we'll read Flower City Fear's roster, but we have Mic Drop.
Mic Drop out there skating for Tampa.
And I believe it's also Mic Drop for Flower City Fear.
We were hoping for this yesterday, Mic Drop versus Mic Drop, both getting out at about the same time.
Oh, Mic Drop, which one? Flower City Fear, Mic Drop getting called on a cut.
All right, that leaves Tampa's Mic Drop out there ready to score some points. Going as fast as he did yesterday, if not faster.
Amazing. Jam reffing from them yesterday, it was like the Tampa team, all their jammers, they're so wicked fast.
I saw you jump over someone there in the middle.
I had to,
Keeping up with the jammers.
Oh my gosh, they got knocked out and fell over, and yeah, I had to do my little apex jam. When people ask me where did I get my jamming style, I tell them, watch me jam ref. That's where I got it.
The reffing.
From the reffing.
Mic Drop getting through on that inside line, much as he did yesterday.
Already 2 scoring passes, 8 points on the board for Mic Drop. We got a high block call on Lemonade going to the box, call from the outside. Mic Drop from Flower City Fear is back in past their initial and is on their scoring pass.
Very nice.
Mic Drop on Tampa doing a great job. Keeping one hand down, out of bounds, staying in bounds, coming through, still getting those 4 points and a trailing 0. So 12 points for the Tampa Death Rollers. Strong start for them over Flower City Fear, holding them at 0.
Quite a first jam. Yesterday, I noticed, too, that Tampa was calling off the jams as soon as they needed to keep the other team from scoring. It looks like they might do that again today.
Tampa coming into this tournament as the highest-ranked team after Q2 rankings came in. They're, I believe, 1 or 2 spots above Guardians at like 29 or 30.
Okay.
Oh, amazing. So,
Alpha Vixen with a lead for that.
Followed closely by Dick Move. It's still so amazing to see Dick Move with a star. Dick Move and Shram and Rad all used to skate with from Flower City Fear. While they were rebuilding their team, they skated with the Guardians for 2 seasons, 22 and 23. And we wish we had gotten Dick Move a star sooner. We stumbled into it. We tried it for, see how it happened.
Yeah.
And then he did so well. So they were doing such an amazing job. And then I think Flower City Fear saw that and were like, we're going to keep doing that. So. But Tampa Death Roll is getting 2 points in that last jam. Again, like you said, getting those points, calling it, and keeping that lead points down away from Flower City Fear.
Slamwich jamming for Tampa, much the same fashion as yesterday, almost getting through right away. And then Astronauti jamming for Flower City.
Slamwich getting lead for Tampa Death Rollers. The pack over on the straightaway slowly creeping into turn 1, but around the pivot line right now. Still, Flower City Fear still on their initial pass. So Slamwich is going to capitalize on some points.
Yeah, Flower City, though, doing a nice job containing Slamwich there for a few seconds.
Speaking of Shram, it's good to see Shram on skates. They made a post before the tournament saying that they were going to definitely lace up and go out for a couple of jams. We might see them go for a few jams, see how it goes for them.
Fantastic.
Love to see them on skates. So
Yeah.
so that was 4 more points for Tampa Death Rollers, putting the score, so 8 points for that jam. 22-0 right now.
Still holding Flower City there at 0 points. Rocky is going to jam next for Flower City against Phoenix. Phoenix yesterday did a couple of what looked to be handstands out there.
Really?
Balance in the track. I think kind of falling out of bounds, but catching himself on the one hand. It was awesome.
Yes.
Oh, jamming for Flower City, it looks like Dang Is She Fine.
369. Dang, she fine.
We have Flower City's pivot being called off on a penalty. But Flower City getting lead.
Damn, she fine, getting lead and holding. Was that Slamwise or Slam?
That's Phoenix.
Phoenix, thank you. Sorry.
I don't think I saw Phoenix passing or attempting to pass yesterday. Oh, he's putting it back on.
So you get a little star stash, and then they dropped it at some point because they don't have it in their hand anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So
there
it is. It was on the straightaway right before turn 1 in between the jammer and pivot line. Yeah, that's unfortunate because if Phoenix came around trying to get those points, you can't without the star on your head.
Yeah, true. It would have been maybe a good idea for Flower City to run that, but that's a big decision to make in a split second.
Absolutely.
As jammer, when your bench is yelling, call it off. So.
I have actually seen that star pop off of Phoenix's helmet a couple times.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe there's something slick on their top of their head.
Kali Kunyama jamming there, but we are going to have a lead. Mic drop from, oh no.
What? No.
Nope.
Kali Kumala got lead before being able to bust out of that pack, so mic drop.
Mic drop in the literal lead, though. We'll see if Kali calls it off.
They're telling Kali to keep going.
Okay.
Which
oh, big hit there for Kali. Kali's down, but back up right away.
strong strategy from Tampa, trying to capitalize on the fact that they have lead to be able to get those points. Yes, mic drop will likely be able to get some of these points, but if the defense can hold it strong, then Kali Kulama can go through, get 4 more, and hopefully get into a positive differential instead of a basically 0-0 jam.
Yeah, Flower City, though, doing a nice job holding Kali back and then, skating up to catch her again once she gets through. Mic drop already hitting the pack again on another scoring pass.
So Kali is still on their first scoring pass, so trying to match those 4 points is still going to be able to happen, but mic drop is on their second scoring pass, so they right now are in the positive differential right now.
Indeed, almost getting through, but being knocked down by a 999 Honey Badger. Mic drop getting some great encouragement there from his team. Those are some walls to push through as a jammer.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, the strength in those walls.
Fellow number 0 there. Jack Skellington really holding down. Schramm, number 6'9", looking to try and do a little run back and get a cut on that jammer, but the jammer had superior position, so jammer knew that and just re-entered behind Jack Skellington, which they knew had superior position, and was able to keep going. Unfortunately, not really able to get much, any more points than the 4 that they got. So Flower City Fear, despite not getting lead, was able to capitalize and get a +4 differential for this, bringing the score to 26-9.
I think that speaks real highly of Flower City's defensive line out there, as well as Mic Drop's ability to score points. Dick Move is back out there skating against Mic Drop Tampa. Mic Drop.
So we have Mic Drop getting lead for Tampa Bay. Coming around getting points. Oh, it looks like Dick Move is in the box. Dick Move getting a cut penalty with Flower City Fear. So we're going to have Mic Drop capitalizing and getting some points for Tampa.
Mic drop doing what mic drop does.
Amazing, using that speed, using that energy, and setting up a really great offense. And look at that, just sliding through that inside line on turn 4, coming back around to get more points. This is 12 points so far for Tampa Death Rollers.
Yeah, in just a minute. Is Dick Move still working on an initial pass out there?
They are still on their initial, that is correct.
Okay.
So Tampa will keep mic drop going to capitalize on as many points as possible and just really try and secure this win. Ooh, really, really great from Fat Jammer, knocking mic drop out and running him all the way back.
Yeah, that was a big run back.
Good 40, 50 feet there.
Yeah. Flower City doing a nice job slowing mic drop down, keeping them from utilizing that momentum.
And deciding to call it. Dick Move was still on their initial, but you know, it's when you're getting locked down from the defense and it's gassing you out or wearing you down. Sometimes it's best to just take those points while you can and move on to the next jam.
Yeah, keep a little bit of that energy for your next time out there.
16 points is nothing to scoff at,
It
though.
is not.
That's the highest scoring jam we've had all bout so far. So Kali lining up. They will be jamming for Tampa Death Rollers and jamming for Flower City Fear.
Oh, that's Alpha Vixen out there.
Is that Alpha Vixen?
Yep. Yeah, I think the
so
wrong
sorry.
name might have been put up there on the scoreboard
It
for
was.
just a second there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it was wrong on the scoreboard. So sorry.
Or they switched. Yeah.
But we have number 2 in Astronauti jamming for Flower City Fear. Really strong defense from both of these teams so far.
Looks like Tram maybe is going back to play a little bit of offense for his jammer.
Out of play called on Morbid, and Morbid deciding to continue to block despite being out of play. So they will be getting the out of play block penalty and are reporting to the box. So no pivot for Astronauti, but Astronauti able to get out and is on their scoring pass.
Alpha Vixen is going to call off that jam, freezing Flower City at 9 points. I see Slamwich out there next, ready to jam for Tampa. And dang, she fine.
369. I love a clever number with a derby name.
Yeah.
My favorite is Camarina Burana. Their number is 0421, which when you sing it's 0421, which is from the song Camarina Burana.
Yeah. I was really enjoying Twink 182 yesterday
yes,
as well.
that's a really good one. What other number can you have when you have that name? But we do have lead jammer for Tampa already going through and getting 4 points on the board, coming around for their second scoring pass.
We have had a star pass on Flower City. Pivot now holding the star.
Looks like Morbid is now the jammer for the rest of this jam. Thanks, you find switching over to blocking. Ooh. Slamwich using that speed, seeing that spread of the blockers and knowing that if they could just kick on the gas, that Slamwich can just push right through that inside line.
Tampa blockers out there, just relentless. Looks like they were going to have a no-pack situation, but the pack was closed there by one of the Tampa blockers. Slamwich looking to call.
Will they choose to call it? No, it looks like the coach is telling them to keep going.
Okay.
So Slamwich is going to continue jamming. I think the logic here is that they were able to lock down Flower City jammer. So why not try and capitalize and see if they can get maybe another scoring pass or two out of it. And they got one.
Nice offense out there, though, from number 48 for Morbid. Not quite enough to get them through, but
my favorite thing from the coach that I keep hearing is they keep saying one more. And then when they get out, they go one more. And when they get out, they go one more. And
it seems so attainable when it's just one more.
When it's just one more. So Slamwich coming out, deciding whether or not they can come around for another scoring pass, but I think they decide like, nah, we'll just let the jam in naturally. A 20-point jam
Nice.
for Tampa Death Rollers, now the highest scoring jam of the game. Putting the score for Tampa at 65, Flower City, Rochester at 13.
Slamage then keeping that jam going long enough to clear the penalty box, so I believe both teams are starting with full force.
Full strength, yeah.
Full strength.
We have our penalties out here in front of us. This is really nice to keep track of. So far, we're mostly seeing the multiplayers and high blocks. A lot of A's on here. When you got the kind of smaller and taller blockers and so on, they basically, but while we're at this stoppage, I have the opportunity to do the rosters for Flower City Fear that we never got to do. I thank you for the reminder, Gerard. So we have number 0, Jack Skellington, who was the captain for Flower City Fear. 1116, Fat Jammer. 1127, Giles. 125. How do you say this? I want to make sure I say it correctly.
Triano?
Triano?
I'm not sure.
Chirano. I think it's Chirano. 16, Ammunition. 18, The Hammer. 21, Astronauti. 312, Trice Issues. 333, Hamburgerler. 35, Rocky. 369, Dangshi Fine. 420, Jackpot. 43, Collateral Damage. 48, Oxenfree. 632, Sassanova. 666, Morbid. 69, Shram. 77, Dick Move. And number 9, Mic Drop. With that swooping whistle, that means we are about to start. 5 seconds have been raised. And the jam is starting. We have Dick Move jamming for Flower City Fear. And
Phoenix out there for
Tampa. Getting lead jammer. Pack is slowly crawling up to the pivot line into turn 1 as Phoenix comes around for their scoring pass. Good strong side hit from Phoenix, trying to get those points, get those hips in there. Flower City being really dynamic with their blockers.
Almost through Phoenix, but stopped by 1-6.
Ammunition does not let them go all the way through. Strong hits from Phoenix. Staying in bounds, getting through onto their first scoring pass. Dick Move's got the star off, took it off them, trying to pass it to their jam, their pivot, and they do. So Jackpot is now the jammer for this jam.
I did notice Jackpot running back to help the jammer as soon as Phoenix got through there. It's nice to have a reliable pivot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pinky and I were talking about this in another game. It's super important that if you're going to put that stripe on your head, that you are the backup for the jammer and that you know that.
Yeah.
And that you put yourself in the right spot to help them and know when they need the help.
I've heard a lot of pivots say that they don't want to jam, and I'm like, hey now.
Personally, you need to have that flexibility you may be jamming, right?
Yes, of course.
So I think it's important to understand that it's an intentional position. It's not just putting a stripe on your head. You have to actually be able to help out your jammer in a tight spot.
Such a cool position too to switch back and forth. Have that kind of mindset. Collie doing a nice job pushing that wall forward.
That's true. Your pivot does need to have that ability to just make that switch and flip that switch, and vice versa. When you pass the star, you guys flip that switch back to blocker. So very versatile, and it's a very unique component to this sport that still stands strong today, is being able to make that star pass.
Oh, Collie just through on the inside line there.
Looks like Shram, number 69, getting called to the box for a forearm penalty, unfortunately. So that puts one blocker down for Flower City.
Collie showing a lot of great skate moves there with the side skate, getting through the inside and outside lines. But Flower City was able to contain Collie in this particular jam.
Absolutely. All right, so we got a direction being called on Morbid. So now Flower City's 2 blockers down. Ooh, great no pass happening there. Astronauti seeing that the blocker fell down, and so they knew that they could re-enter without getting that cut. And great signaling from the officials.
That was Snap Smear, I believe.
Snap Smear, yes.
Yeah.
We'd actually like to shout out our officials.
We sure would.
We have Carmen Dragon as the crew head ref, the Gorham Reaver, MC Ninja, Will Hudson, Snap Smear, Disco to Box, Havoc. Our NSOs are Kelsey Grammer, Just Tom, Broken Bones, Kitty Stardust, Shonic the Hedgehog, Suckybucks, Succubex, sorry. Thriller, Maniac, Winona Spider, and Nick Tater. Nick Tater celebrating their 300th game yesterday.
Nick.
And it was their birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy belated birthday to Nick Tater from Cherry.
Great. He's a great guy.
I watched,
good person.
yeah, I was watching Nick do a little bit of reffing at Champs in Denver.
Yes, absolutely. It's always really great to see. Many of these officials have gone to various championships. MC Ninja, Will, Nick Tater, and so on. It's really great to have these kind of officials here to help us make this sport
It is.
happen. So we have Tampa with 3 points there, 80 points with Flower City still holding at 13. Tampa doing a great job just keeping their points down and trickling their points up.
Yeah. Alpha Vixen wearing the star for Tampa against a mic drop, Flower City.
Alpha Vixen has been impressive this weekend.
Yes.
Just strong powerhouse, pushing through. Oh, but Flower City really able to lock them down blocking wise. Mic drop pushing the pack up to the front. We got Tampa starting to bridge out.
Oh, all right. It's going to be a lead for Flower City.
I believe this is their first lead in quite a while. Star pass successful over to Minnie Thor, who will be the jammer for the rest of this jam. So mic drop, knowing that they're on their scoring pass, will come in and probably call it. Get a couple, maybe 2 or 3. So that looks like 3. So 3 points for Flower City Fear, and none for Tampa.
Alpha has been a joy to watch. I actually had the displeasure almost, the unfortunate having to jam against Alpha Vixen when I was traveling for work and I went to a Tampa practice.
Oh, no.
That is no joke. And then not calling it off and making me go that whole 2 minutes trying to get out.
What a great challenge, though.
Such a great challenge.
Love having,
yeah.
It's like a steel sharpening steel situation.
It
where
is.
when you have somebody of that caliber,
Yeah.
really helps elevate you as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
You want to be as good.
Sure.
All right, we got Dick Move jamming for Flower City Fear. And it looks like
Slamwich.
Slamwich, thank you.
Yeah.
Jamming for Tampa Death Rollers.
Right now, Dick Move is up in the front, but Slamwich is quickly passing there. Some great blocking, though, some team blocking out there from Flower City.
Strong tripod on the front there, but Slamwich able to push through and take lead for Tampa Death Rollers. The pack staying strong at turn 2 right now. Star pass has been made, so Morbid will be the jammer for the rest of this jam.
Flower City maybe getting a little bit wrapped up in trying to give some offense there and missing the jammer.
But they make up for it with that second bit
sure
of
do.
offense between
Yep.
turns 2 and 3, or 3 and 4. Nice sweeping inside line, getting Morbid
Yes, sir.
out.
And then forcing that call off.
Keeping those points as low as they can.
Still a nice 7-point jam there for Slamwich. A lot of cheering out there for Phoenix from the third base coach, who I said yesterday, if there was an MVC, most valuable coach.
Oh, the turn coach for them
the
has
turn
been
coach.
has been fantastic, and just I love how as the jammers are coming by, they're just like, I'm proud of you.
Yes.
Or you're beautiful.
Yeah.
And just giving them the encouragement to continue.
It is so cool, too, to see the jammers skating around smiling.
Absolutely. That's what's beautiful about the sport.
Nice work on Phoenix, just picking off those blockers one by one and finally getting through on the outside.
Lead jammer, Phoenix for Tampa. Easy points on the outside, just able to use that speed, take that outside lane. The track is a little wider when you get to those apexes as it goes from the pivot line into turns 2, or pivot line to turn 1 and into turn 2. The track does widen a little bit. It goes from 13 to about 15 when it gets back to that straightaway.
Learning to capitalize on that.
And it looks like they do.
Yeah.
Phoenix taking that outside again, that extra foot that you get on that turn, you're able to take advantage of. This puts them at 12 points. They're almost past 100 points here. Oh, but not before Ammunition knocks them out, runs them back.
Tampa doing a nice job holding Astronauty there, just catching them in the pocket and holding them, but Oh, I see Schramm. There was a cover pass there.
Star pass to Schramm. Schramm will be the jammer for the rest of this jam, but they see that they're on their scoring pass and decide to call it. So 16 points, second highest, tied for second highest points of the game. Getting them past the 100 mark, so 103 for Tampa Death Rollers to Flower City Fears 16 with 7 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
This game's moving fast.
Absolutely, and that's not surprising. Tampa has been a fast team. The other two games that Tampa played were very fast-paced, but great positioning on the officiating to keep up with that.
Yes.
But Dang Shi Fine getting lead for Flower City Fear, followed closely behind with a star pass to Honey Badger.
Yeah.
So scoop in, try and get those last-minute points. Calls it, see if they get any. No, unfortunately not able to get those hips in front, so no points for Flower City Fear, and
able
no
to hold
points.
Tampa, though, too.
Able to hold Tampa,
Yeah.
so 0-0 jam. When we have jams like that, and I know you know this as somebody who helps out with the games and stuff, when it comes to a game like this and the point spread is the way that it is, you start to focus on trying to just win one jam at a time.
Yes, one jam at a time.
That's how a game is won, but in general, but that's one of those things that helps, I think, to shift the focus. Instead of thinking about the spread that you're at right now, you're thinking, okay,
Yes.
what can we do in this jam?
This moment.
Jamnesia, like, okay, yeah, that was a 16-point jam, but that was last jam. That was forever ago.
Yep.
You know? So.
We have a mic drop v mic drop out there again. Oh, what a great hit there. Was that from Lemonade?
Yes, Lemonade did a really great job. That last little hit, dragging them all the way back, about 50, 60 feet there. Great run back.
Flower City
lead was open, and there it is.
Open. Okay.
So we have another mic drop jam. We got a star pass to
Schramm.
Schramm will be the jammer for the rest of this jam. Mic Drip is being told to run it.
Yeah,
so.
I can hear that. Oh, Flower City not making it easy, though. Those two blockers working together.
They're telling Mic Drop to re-enter, but Mic Drop knows that Oxenfree had superior position and needs to go behind Oxenfree, which was a smart move. Mic Drop re-enters, does a no-pass on two of the skaters, but was still able to earn those points before that no-pass, so they get all 4 points.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get out of that situation.
Absolutely.
Reset.
And even if it was they didn't get those points for the no-pass, just keep going.
Just keep going.
Take the 2 or the 3 and just move on, get to another scoring pass. Mic Drop opting to call the jam, but not.
Looks like at the end of that jam, we're at 109 points for Tampa and 19 points for Flower City. Alpha Vixen is going to be wearing the star next for Tampa, and Dick Move for Flower City. right,
right.
just before we went on break, I did hear that, let's see, it was Flower City was looking for a cut track penalty to be called on the Tampa jammer, and they were awarded that penalty. They're going to keep their official review.
Oh, that's fantastic for them. That's great job with the use of a review. Apologies for cutting out for a bit. We had to take care of some technical issues here, but we are back and ready to start this next jam. It was perfect timing because we had the official review.
It was.
Taking up the time. So
Perfect time.
instead of reading out a sponsor, we just got to fix the thing. So now we've got Dick Move lining up, jamming for Flower City.
Starting on a power jam.
Starting. A power start or power? It's power jam too, right?
Yeah.
I hear it both ways. So
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is.
I've always said power jam. A lot of people say power start.
Yeah. When it's the start of a jam, I think it makes sense.
That's fair. That's fair.
So let's see if Dick Move can capitalize. Ooh.
Oh, nice
great
offense there.
offense.
Who was that?
Oh, that was
1127.
Giles. Great offensive move,
Yeah.
helping to get Dick Move out and getting lead jammer for Flower City Fear. This is the
Yeah.
kind of jam that Flower City needs. So let's see if they can
Flower City
capitalize
has
on that.
Yeah, little time to offer some offense.
Try to do a good sweeping
Mic drop.
inside, but unfortunately still getting stopped.
Mic drop is out. I don't know if Flower City has noticed. They sure have.
So Evil Apple was able to, despite having that sweeping inside offense, Evil Apple still able to hit that inside and keep Dick Move out. So now we've got Tampa set up as a strong tripod. Okay, we've got offense being set up from Flower. Not quite there. How many points? 3.
3 points though. Okay.
Not a bad power jam to have. Considering how the game has been going and how well Tampa has been able to maintain and hold their lead each jam. That's a great jam for Flower City. Again, like we talked about,
It is.
you win every jam you can, and this was a jam that Flower City won this time.
Yeah. Alpha Vixen wearing the star next for Tampa, and Dang She Fine for Flower City. Alpha Vixen threw almost right at the whistle there with a nice graceful spin.
Before the pack could even make it to the pivot line.
Dang She Fine being effectively contained there by a 3-wall of Tampa blockers, but through on the outside almost. Is that Mini Thor? Yep.
Yes, Mini
Oh,
Thor.
but yeah.
Holding Dang She Fine right on that end there, using all 20 feet of that engagement zone. Alpha Vixen saying, I'm pretty sure I got 4 points, and the referee saying, yes, you did. It's always fun when a jammer's like, I got 4.
Yeah.
And as a ref, you're like, well, yeah, you did, but not because you said you did.
Right.
Because your hips passed 4 people.
As jammers, we're always hoping
Oh,
that. Yeah, we're
I'm
always
guilty of it.
hoping.
I am one of those, like, pot calling the kettle black here. I am definitely one of those people that goes, did I get 4?
Uh-huh.
I do a little more like a did I get it, but still,
Yeah.
I still do it.
Just raise your voice at the end so it comes off as a
Did
question.
I get it? Yeah, exactly. Well, and who is getting lead jammer here for Tampa?
A Slamwich. All right, way to go, Slamwich. Astronauty has taken the cover off.
Successfully passed it.
Yes.
So we have was that Jackpot? Yes, Jackpot. Gonna be the jammer for the rest. Putting on the gas.
Yeah,
really
Jackpot's very fast.
super fast.
Slamwich able to score 1 point, though, before skating out of bounds.
But great job from Jackpot to just
Indeed.
really kick on that speed and catch up with Slamwich to force that call off and make it to where it was only 1 point in that scoring pass. So 5 points for that jam for Tampa, none for Flower City. Score standing at 118 to 22. We're going into jam 20 here with less than a minute in the period.
Phoenix and mic drop. Oh, mic drop. Almost lead, just getting past Mini
There it
Thor,
is.
and yet lead is granted to Flower City. Flower City blockers doing a great job holding Phoenix, who had taken the cover off, but now has made his way through. Ooh. Mic drop almost making it through on the outside line. Maybe scored 2. I'm not sure.
At least
Yeah, 2 points.
Yeah,
Okay.
so 2 points there for Flower City. So again, this is a jam that Flower City was able to win on, and that's the kind that you want. Looks like we have an official review being called from Tampa Death Rollers. There were 31 or 32 seconds left in the period, so another jam
Okay.
would have happened. But to be honest, teams get an official review. You get one per half, so you might as well
You may as well use it.
get a stoppage, take a break. Looks like it's being used as a timeout because none of the coaches or captains are out talking with the head ref. So this official review will be used as a timeout. So while they're in this timeout, I'd like to give a shout out to Needlecraft Embroidery. Huge shout out to our merch vendor, Needlecraft Embroidery, for providing hands-on quality merch for our league, the Cleveland Guardians. From shirts to hats to patches to stickers, they've elevated our merchandise for the past few seasons. And please, we have our merch table here. You can stop by, grab some merch for yourself, or you can buy it online by visiting clevelandguardians.com.
I stopped by that merch table yesterday and spent a bit.
I see you're wearing one of our event merch shirts.
I love these shirts, and I jokingly said to Pinky, gosh, this looks so generic. And she said, it's supposed to. I said, I
That's the
know.
brand.
That's why I love it.
It even says event shirt.
It does. It does.
And the patches for officials say officials patch.
Nice.
And the patches for the event say event patch.
Very
And
nice.
so on.
Oh, Collie through on the inside there, being declared lead.
Lead jammer for Tampa.
But look at Mike Drop, though. Mike Drop not far behind, not even half a track.
That was Dick Move getting out there from Flower City Fear. Callie opting to call it while getting a couple of points. Let's see, was it 2 points? Yeah. So that brings us to halftime.
Okay.
We have Tampa standing strong at 120 to Flower City's Fear with 24 points. So we're going to get ourselves off to the locker rooms, get some water in us, make sure that we rehydrate, refocus, re-energize, and get back into period 2. So we will see you all in about 14 and a half minutes.
See you in just a bit.
We are Guardians! We are Guardians!
Roller derby? It's different from other sports. It's a symphony of chaos, a ballet of brutality, a place where the misfits, the marginalized, and the misunderstood are seen. We are the dreamers, the rebels, the quiet ones, the ones who have been overlooked, underestimated, and outright dismissed. We found our home on the track, our sanctuary on 8 wheels. In a world of adversity and obstacles, skating is our refuge, our place to stand together. Derby is our family. Being different is hard. In Derby, the different hit harder. Come be seen. Come be different with us. We are Guardians. This is our arena. This is roller derby.
All right, folks, we are back. Halftime is over. We are starting the second half with Tampa sitting at 120 points, and we have Flower City with 24. Looking out there at the jam line, I know that I see mic drop for Tampa. Oh, and I see mic drop for Flower City as well. 2 mic drops. Jam is on both mic drops, working hard for it. We'll see which one is going to get lead.
Mic drop, jam.
Big hit there by Tampa's mic drop. Not enough to knock the pivot down, though. Both walls doing a pretty nice job containing, but we have Flower City's mic drop out as lead. Flower City coming back from the first half, ready to block.
The lead has been awarded. Looks like mic drop from Flower City Fear has lead, is on their scoring pass. Or would they ever get on their scoring pass? I don't think so. I think they got swallowed up still.
Oh, maybe so. I stopped and my eyes went a different way.
Initial.
Okay.
We'll see when the points go up or not.
We've had a pass to Honey Badger, who's going to put on the star for Tampa, and mic drop is going to call it off.
It was the scoring pass,
okay.
So they get their 4 points. So Flower City winning this jam, getting 4 points out of that, so bringing them to 28 to Tampa's 120.
Is that Dick Move out there? And yep, and Alpha Vixen.
Both jammers been really strong jamming styles in the first period. We'll see a lot of that, of course, again for the second period. Dick Move pushing up toward the front. Pack is still pretty collective together within the 10 feet.
There goes Alpha, though. I think fell, but maybe stayed in bounds for that whole fall. Either way.
I believe so. Fell,
they've recycled up around it.
They stayed small, too, so no low box or anything. I believe there were some no passes, but looks like they repassed them, so the lead was given to Tampa's jammer. We got Dick Move trying to get out, still on their initial. Alpha coming around to get their points. Can't quite get that outside.
Nice run back there by Schramm.
Burglar knocking that Alpha out on the outside, coming around, still on their scoring pass. Dick Move still on their initial as well. Dick Move taking the star off, trying to look for that star pass. Successful star pass. So we now have Jackpot jamming for Flower City Fear for the rest of this jam.
Flower City, like I said, really holding down their lines there. Oh, nice. Did you see that little jump there by Mini Thor? To catch up with...
To catch up with the jammer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Jackpot.
Jackpot, yes. Alpha coming around, getting 4 points. Tough 4 points to get.
Flower City did make that jammer work for those 4 points.
Ooh, Jackpot finally able to push through that outside.
And remembering how fast Jackpot is, going to be around the track here in just a second. Trying real hard to get those last second points, but
in the effort to get the hips turned around and into the pack, Jackpot stumbles a little bit, but pots back up. And again, great sportsmanship from this sport. As always, Tampa giving them a hand up.
Astronauti jamming for Flower City, and Slamwich for Tampa. Oh, Astronauti might be pushing through. 1 blocker left to get through. Now 2, now 3.
Great job from Tampa, cycling up, locking in that tripod and keeping that jammer locked in.
That's disappointing as a jammer when you worked your way and you've got 1 left to go and they swallow you back up.
Especially when they're able to just hold you for that little bit and then suddenly there's 3 of them and you're like,
They just multiply.
I was so close. But Flower City doing a great job with their defense, holding down Tampa's jammer.
Great offense, too, by Tampa. Causing just a little bit of chaos there so that Slamwich is able to sneak through.
Breaking things up, getting Slamwich to be able to push through, getting lead jammer for this jam.
I've seen a great offense, too, from 103. Is that Crash?
Yes.
Oh, Crush Groove.
Crush.
Lemonade being the first one to report to the jam. Fast as fast can be.
Lemonade likes to have that corner.
Yeah.
So they get out there quick. Flower City skating with one blocker down. Fat Jammer getting a multiplayer block in the previous jam.
He was just trying to be extra supportive of his team.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just, lending a hand.
Yeah.
And linking that hand.
Since
and
when is
impeding the
being
skater.
helpful a penalty?
It turns out it is.
It turns out it is.
And it turns out that lead jammer, Tampa Death Rollers, Phoenix, coming around super fast. Pack has not even moved into turn 1 yet, and Phoenix has already gone around on their scoring pass.
Dang, she fine out there like fire, though. Going after those blockers, trying to work their way through, but does get recycled back.
We have an illegal
Just
contact
mini
penalty
Thor left.
called on 1676.
Oh, it's our buddy Lemonade.
Oh, yes, Lemonades. The fast one. He loves the corners. Tampa, Phoenix able to get 4 points that jam, and then not any for that other scoring pass. So 4-0 for this jam. 24 minutes left. So the game like this, obviously, you still want to try and get those points up and see if you can get, get that win. But with the deficit as this, really it's about just trying to close that gap.
Yes.
And if you happen to take the lead while you're doing it.
Oh, like just, oh.
We were so excited, rooting for Flower City to try and close that gap, but then their jammer mic drop. It's a forearm penalty and gets sent to the box. So we have a power jam
we
for
get,
Tampa Death Rollers.
Get to turn our focus over there to Kali, who's been super fun to watch.
Kali's been amazing out there. All of these jammers from Tampa have just been incredibly strong and agile, fast too.
Oh, Oxenfree out there with the good blocks too, holding Kali as long as possible. Looks like Honey Badger's gonna go up there and cause some damage. Just enough for Kali to get through that side skate.
That was amazing side skate on the straightaway.
Yeah. Oh, mic drop is not to be outdone though.
Does a little hop, gets passed out of their initial. Nice little jammer on jammer action. Stays in bounds. Jammer decides, you know what, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
Which was likely a smart move. Kali could have gotten back up, of course, and kept jamming, but by the time they've gotten out and back on the track, mic drop with the speed that they had, probably would have scooped up some points. So smart to just go ahead and call it.
For the most part, too, Tampa has been following that same strategy of scoring and then calling it off as soon as the other jammer gets out.
The classic strategy, and it's a strong strategy. It's a great way to maintain your lead and keep those points away from your opponents. So looks like we have mic drop out.
So fast.
Dick move, jamming. Looks like we are going to be going to an official timeout for injury. Oh, that's what you like to see. Jackpot on their skates. Medics checking them out. Thank you again to our medics for being here. We've had them all season. Lovely rotation of event medics who come through. Some of them even have their own shirts that say Derby Medic on them.
Nice, nice.
But great to see Jackpot on their skates and back on the bench. So
yes.
Jam was called for that injury, so that means that they'll have to sit for 3. But looks like they'll still be able to keep playing. Everything looks good, which is great. That's what we want to see. Hard hits happen. That's part of Derby. But We are lining up next, about to start our next jam, the spinning whistle.
Mic drop out there again for Tampa. And is that Astronauti?
Yes, Astronauti lining up on the jam
Flower
line
City.
for Flower City Fear.
Oh, mic drop. How did they do it?
They almost didn't. So they were able to maintain their skates and stay in bounds all the way until all of their hips were in front. And they kept that one foot up, but just
Yeah.
couldn't quite to get that balance. It went out of bounds, so they reset themselves. But they got lead, which means that they can get through this pack. They'll be on their scoring pass.
That's a lot of work.
A lot of work, especially with these Flower City blockers. But, you know, not to... you got to mention that Tampa is also doing a great job keeping Astronauti locked down.
I think we're going to see a back block call for one of the Flower City blockers. Mic drop is out and on a scoring pass.
Giles reporting to the box for that. Ooh, mic drop able to take that hit and just run with it. Bouncing off of it, nice little spin while the blockers are spread out, take advantage. Coming around probably for their final scoring pass. Nice sweeping offense on the out, all 4 points, calling it off. 8 points on the board.
And if you think about it, having to battle through twice for that first pass through.
It was basically 3 scoring passes, but one of them was, of course, not a
Sure.
scoring pass. But yeah, for battling that, being able to lap this pack 3 times, basically. Very impressive stuff.
It is, and they don't even appear winded.
No,
You know, that's
these youngins, I tell you.
Alpha Vixen jamming for Tampa, and Dang She Fine for Flower City. Alpha Vixen does a nice job taking that inside line there right off the jam line. Getting
They've done
through.
that more than once this game. All right, we have a forearm called on Flower City Fear's jammer, Dang She Fine. So this is a power jam for Tampa Death Rollers. Alpha capitalize on this, get a couple more passes out of it. Flower City not making it easy, though.
No, Alpha Vixen just having to work through one blocker at a time is through and scoring 4.
Pack lining up between turns 1 and 2. Alpha opting to call it. I believe that call was made from the bench, giving themselves like a power start.
Sure.
I think that was a strong move to make.
Yeah, with Flower City's jammer still sitting, we know that there's more than 10 seconds left on that penalty.
Absolutely.
Starting on a power start with Slamwich as the jammer, and all of those Tampa blockers to provide offense. Flower City, though, doing a nice job avoiding the offense until this second.
Slamwich getting lead for Tampa City, or Tampa Death Rollers. It's like ammunition going in the box for a forearm.
Oh, nice dip.
Lovely little bean dip there on the outside. Slamwich getting 4 points on the board. Super speedy fast. And by the time I'm done finishing saying the sentence, they're already there again.
Mini Thor often, I've noticed, being the last blocker to get through out on the track.
Yeah, they're that last. They play all 20 feet of that engagement zone to
Yep.
keep that jammer in bounds. Lovely job offense from Tampa's blocker. Literally offense against 2 or 3 of the skaters to help get their jammer through. So that's 8 points total for Tampa, 0 for Flower City. We have mic drop up, jamming
Jamming for Flower City.
Phoenix.
Yeah, against Phoenix.
Against Tampa. Both with their tinted visors.
Oh, Phoenix just pushing through the pack.
It's impressive. This is what shows how awesome this sport is doesn't matter it can be anybody who can play this sport. And
Yeah.
Phoenix is a great example of these tall blockers, really just formidable. And great, strong blockers, too.
Sure.
But still able to use their power and their might to just push right on through and roll off of those hits and get that lead. And getting 2 points for this jam.
being a jammer in the past and a short one, because I haven't shrunk since then, just having that lower center of gravity, it's really about finding what works for you. You know, so any body type, that is something to totally love about roller derby.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a very, I like to say lean or skinny, thin person. So I try to use that to my advantage.
Yeah. Look at those long legs, too.
Very long legs,
Yeah.
that's true. I am like 70% legs. I did the math.
I'm about 1%. Dick Move being awarded lead in this jam.
This is the first lead for Flower City in a while.
Yes, a pass to Mini Thor.
Oh, Mini Thor getting the star pass, going to be the jammer for the rest of this jam.
I want to see Mini Thor's jamming style.
Yeah.
Aw, Dick Move.
That was perfect. All right, we got Astronauti lining up, jamming for Flower City Fear, and it looks like Mic Drop for Tampa Death Rollers.
Both really fast jammers as well. I mean, we've seen Mic Drop skate around the track in about 1 second. Astronauti too, though, real fast.
Once they get the space, they are able to crank it up. And then also, of course, other jammers from Flower City, like Jackpot had a lot of speed on them as well when they got the star pass, which, as we can see, is the pivot for this jam.
Jackpot providing some great offense for the jammer, keeping one of the blockers busy.
But not busy enough as we get lead jammer for Mic Drop. Tampa Death Rollers had the lead for this jam.
Almost through.
Almost.
One more Tampa blocker.
Almost.
Okay.
And there it is, Astronauti coming out on their scoring pass. Mic Drop looking for some derby jammer on jammer action, but as you alluded to earlier, Astro's got some speed.
Yeah.
Keeping them away.
Okay, Astro.
Great job, Astro, keeping themselves in bounds. Got those hips in front, at least 2, maybe 3 of the opposing blockers.
Nice job, too, I think, always as when the jammers, especially in a fast-paced game, are able to keep track of who they passed and who they didn't.
Absolutely. I always tell jammers if they ever want to like get better at that, jam ref.
Yeah, that's
Reffing,
a good point.
Reffing
Because
in
you have
general.
to remember.
Yeah. You have to, whenever that jammer gets knocked out, you're like, okay, who had superior position? Is there a non-initiator?
Yeah. Oh, and
all
when
that.
the jammer gets a penalty, and then you have to remember. Yeah.
So it really does help you as a jammer to be like, okay, they knocked me out, but they're the only person I got to go behind, or whatever, you know. It really does help out.
Slick move from Astronauti there, scooting through that outside.
Mic Drop continuing to call it, or to run it. But really strong defense from Flower City, only allowing 2 of the points. So 4 points for Flower City Fear. Really great to see that from Astronauti.
Looks like kind of at the half, Flower City came back out and are displaying some different types of blocking. You know, so maybe really studying what the jammers do in that first half so that they can lock down that blocking in the second half.
Yes, and making some adjustments to the lines. We're seeing a little bit of variation with that. I think it's working for them. I believe Flower City has been able to keep the points a lot lower. It's over 15 minutes. We have 13 and a half minutes left in this period. And they've only allowed Tampa to get 48 points in this second half.
Mini Thor with a big run back on Dang She Fine. Both jammers still working for an initial pass.
And of course, Flower City Fear getting a few of their points of their own, putting them at 34 right now. But most importantly, I think it's important to point out that like they're really able to control Tampa a little bit better this half.
Indeed, they are.
But not quite controlled enough as Alpha gets lead for Tampa. Ooh, lovely hop, skip, and a jump.
Dang She Fine trying to do a bit of a jammer sweep there on the inside to Alpha Vixen, but Alpha able to avoid that. Being called off on a penalty.
Absolutely the right call to make on that. That was when they did the little apex jump, there was the non-initiator that ran back, and Alpha had a moment of like, do I keep going?
Yeah.
Or do I reset?
Yeah.
And then chose to keep going and committed to the cut penalty. We like to say that penalties are earned. They're not
Penalties
given.
are earned. I've seen some penalties earned in some of these games.
Absolutely.
All right, Dang She Fine doing some good juking moves there with the shoulders.
And it's a full 2-minute jam for this, so we could see some points coming up from Dang She Fine.
Mini Thor again being that last blocker to get through.
Deng Shifan able to get out after a minute and 45 seconds of strong defense. We've got a few seconds left. Deng Shifan's going to see if she can try and get those hips in. Looks like she does for some.
Yeah. Did you see that offense from, was that Crush? Yeah, from Crush Groove. Was really nice getting Alpha through a little bit faster.
So we had 3 points for Tampa. Alpha was able to get 3 points, but with that 2-minute jam, Deng Shifan was able to capitalize and get 2. So keeping that differential only to 1 point, solid. Again, I'm seeing really great adjustments happening from Flower City Fear and keeping those points just a little bit lower. This is something that they've done almost every game. They are definitely a team that can really talk about in the halftime locker room talk and make those adjustments. We've seen it playing against them, but also against other opponents as well.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we have a timeout here. We're going to shout out one of our sponsors, S1 Helmets. Guardians would like to send a huge shout out to S1 Helmets for sponsoring the team. S1 has been an amazing company to work with, providing top quality protection for our players on the track and across the world. They've even made the matte green life visor helmets for the Guardians to help match our winged helmets, which was huge. We can't recommend S1 enough. They were somebody that we did those matte green helmets with the wings, and we love them because they match our logo. You can see, of course, like the winged person here. Call it our icon logo. And when we had quite a few, about 5 or 6 of our skaters, we get visors, and they weren't available in the matte green. So got in touch with them, reached out to them, and said, hey, would it be possible to get some matte greens in the visor? And
that's
they're like,
awesome.
Yeah, we got you. So it was super grateful for them. So if you're going to get a helmet for roller derby, I can't recommend S1 enough.
A lot of the juniors that I coach love S1 helmets as well. That became a big thing one season. Everybody wanted one.
All right, so it looks like we got Slamwise. Is it Slamwich?
Slamwich.
Slamwich, yes.
But we have Mike. Oh, I thought we had Mike Drop with a lead, but it is a cut track.
Mike Drop has a cut. Lead has been awarded to Slamwich, and they are on a power jam for this jam.
This is not Slamwich's first power jam.
No, it is not. And they will
just breezing through.
Right on through that outside. Track is a little shorter on this turn 1, but it's going to start opening up as they get into turn 2.
I would love to have a whole team of Tampa offering the offense, though, as a jammer. I think that would be swell.
Absolutely. I've said it before in this broadcast, but I'll say it with you. A jammer only looks as good as their blockers.
Yeah.
I don't look as a jammer for Guardians. I only as good as my blockers and the offense they give me and the opportunities that I'm given. So great, huge shout out to Tampa for being able to create those opportunities for the jammer.
Mike Drop straight out of the box, getting that initial pass, but Tampa calling it off.
Slamwich looked like they took quite a hard hit there and opting to call it. And skating over to the medics to get checked out. Ooh, and a nice little fist bump from Schramm and Slamwich. I love the sportsmanship of this weird wheelie sport that we play.
Yeah, I do as well.
All right, so it looks like we got Dick Move lining up to jam.
Against Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix for Tampa Death Rollers. Whoa, really strong hit from Giles, but the jammer's still able to stay in bounds. Phoenix just holding strong on that outside line, getting lead and coming around already on their scoring pass.
And actually, after getting the initial pass, taking a second to check in with their fellow jammer there and make sure they were doing okay in the box, giving them the little heart symbol.
Does look like Slamwich is returning back to their bench after getting checked out with the medics. Probably just wanted to be present with them to make sure that they were okay. It did look like the wind got knocked out of them, It's awesome. Team camaraderie there. I love that you caught that. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
really cool.
It was great. That's why it's so nice to have 2 of us.
Yeah, right?
Imagine if there were 3.
Whoa.
I don't even know. Collie wearing the star for Tampa. Astronauti for Flower City.
We've seen some good stuff from Astronauti.
Almost through on the inside. Oh, knocked to the inside and run back a little bit.
I think that hit out that they got, they almost got lead, but the blocker that knocked him was the pivot, who is now in the box for a forearm penalty. I believe that forearm was what prevented Astro from being able to get out. And it was called, which is good, but Astro resetting themselves and getting lead.
Yeah.
Coming around to get on their scoring pass here.
Oh, that was slick though. That was a nice spin there from Astronauti trying to stay inbounds.
Astro doing a great job of being able to like twist their hips into the tripod and to get those points. You got to get those hips past the hips to get the points. So doing a really great job of that.
Buy one, get one free. Look the box, it's free.
Just had our turn coach telling us they love BOGO points, is what they call it, whenever there's a blocker in the box. And you pass one person's hips, so you get 2 points.
That is a great BOGO. Tampa's turn coach has really been one of my favorite people in this entire tournament here.
Great energy.
Yeah.
That's the kind, like when you want a turn coach, I believe that's the kind of turn coach you want. Someone who keeps that energy up, keeps your vibes going. As they come by, like jammers come by, the turn coach is being like, "You're beautiful."
Yeah.
Or "I'm proud of you."
It makes you as a jammer really want to get through, so you can hear the next.
Just puts a smile on their face, keeps them calm, helps them not get too much in their heads, and keeps the sport fun. It's a fun sport.
It sure is. Mic drop looking for a little bit of assistance from, I think that was Honey Badger.
Yes.
On the inside. Tram running, mic drop back.
Great hit out run back from Tram.
Oh, that was a beautiful apex jump there from mic drop with almost no lead up is the thing.
No, just from nothing to suddenly several feet in the air.
Yeah.
Is what it looked like. But great job being able to get that apex jump, land inbounds upright to get lead. They still fell, but they knew that they landed inbounds and upright, or and inbounds, so they got right back up and kept going.
We have had a star pass there to our pivot from Flower City.
So Morbid will be the jammer for the rest of the period. Mic drop, getting a little bit of jammer on jammer action. Morbid just being like, nah, not letting you do that. Mic drop opting to call the jam instead.
Not before running those few extra seconds, though.
Oh, absolutely. Which at this point, that's the name of the game here.
Mic drop from Flower City taking the star in Alpha for Tampa.
Just over 5 minutes left in this period.
Alpha working on that inside line.
Mic drop also trying to do a little bit of toe dancing on the straightaway, but doesn't quite land it. Tampa blockers are really great at covering those lines.
Flower City's doing a nice job in this jam as well.
Back's called by the referee, but the pack quickly reforms. Pack hasn't moved too much. Oh, suddenly there's a little bit of action happening toward the front.
Nice job on that Flower City blocker to bridge that gap there so they could maintain control of the Tampa jammer. Mic drop being lead.
Alpha Vixen able to push through, touching their face a bit, making sure. I think they had a little bit of impact on there, whether it be secondary or intentional, making sure that they aren't bleeding. It looks like they're fine. Mic drop already coming around on their scoring pass, getting 4 points.
Oh, okay.
And now they're on their second scoring pass, getting 4 points.
Almost kind of going through, just saying, excuse me, excuse me. Same with Alpha, though, right behind as well. What I really liked about seeing Alpha right here, right in front of where we were, was the skate wheel almost went out by a bit, but jammers are so aware of that, and they know to pick that skate up.
Tape is track. That's what we like to say. You know, if you can keep those wheels on the tape and not past the tape, you're still in bounds. So it does look like Alpha is swinging by to get checked out by the medics. Got some ice being looked at, and a timeout has been called from Tampa Death Roller. Less than 4 minutes left in the period. Tampa holding strong at 196. Flower City Fear at 47.
What game do we have coming up next? I think I see Word over there.
We have
gearing up.
Atlanta
Terminus.
versus Wisconsin United.
Okay.
So Terminus playing against Wisconsin United. It's going to be a really fun game.
I had the pleasure of announcing for both of those teams yesterday, both being super fun teams. I'm excited
Absolutely.
about that game.
Guardians played them yesterday, and it was so much fun to play with them. They're just such a delight. They just have that like Midwestern, Wisconsin charm. It was really great.
How is Mama back on the roster for today?
So Mama Ruiz Jams. They're seated right now. So Tampa's down one blocker.
Okay.
Got Astronauti out there, who's been doing a great job of being able to push through and take advantage, especially on the inside line, or when we start turning onto that apex.
Yes.
We also have Callie out jamming. We haven't seen Callie out in a while, but getting some great stuff.
Yeah, Callie had a nice break. Let's see what they're going to do now coming out.
I was pushing towards the front.
Oh, Wall's making these jammers work.
Got Jammer in the back, playing a little bit of bridging and some offense, but we got another bridge being dropped off from Flower City, so the engagement zone has moved up 10 more feet, which is great, keeping that 20 feet up.
Callie through for a lead jammer.
Jammer for Tampa.
Two more blockers to get through for Astronauti, and Astronauti does it. Or no, I'm sorry, is that Jackpot?
That is
It
Jackpot.
is Jackpot, okay.
If you see a very fast skater, it's one of two people, and Astro was jamming, so process of elimination, it was Jackpot. All right, Tampa opting to call another timeout with 1 minute and 22 seconds left in this period.
Yeah, not too much time left in this game at all. Score Tampa sitting at 200 points to Flower City's 50.
I think Tampa was able to also make their adjustments after those 5, maybe 10 jams into the game. I'd say about 5 or so, and start to take the game back again. So we're looking at a pretty similar score to the first period. Essentially doubled. It was 120, and I believe it was 27 in the first half. I can't remember.
Yeah, something right around there.
Along those lines.
Sure.
So we're looking at basically about the same kind of score for this game.
It's nice. So we see both teams really putting it all out there on the track, doing all they can.
Absolutely. We're seeing some great stuff. Good sportsmanship, of course, as well. And everyone's got smiles, which is what we like to see.
Gosh, we're seeing the finest thing of all. Is that Bill's out there with some track tape?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Bill's was captain for the Guardians yesterday. Myself, I wasn't on the charter. I focused on officiating, but then our other captain, right-hand man, had a lower body injury. So
I was missing right-hand man yesterday. I love watching him skate.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's such an amazing captain, and I couldn't have done what we've done without him. So
such a good person.
Speaking of,
there's mic drop.
Mic drop coming
Dang,
through.
she fine though. Oh, sticking
Dang,
it.
she fine, staying in
Sticking the
bounds.
landing. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, mic drop with that
Mic
easy
drop,
4.
doing really great, getting those 4 points.
It's gonna let this jam run. Let's see if Dang Shi Fine can put some points up on the board.
I believe the logic here is that they're going to have mic drop run it until the period clock is over, because the jam clock definitely has more time now. So this is mic drop's game. They could just keep it on going, keep it on going. Coach is telling them, go ahead and just chill, relax.
Great offense from Morbid out there working hard to help. Oh, Morbid has the cover. That makes so much more sense now. Mini Thor being the last one to get through.
Of course, Mini Thor would be the last person, as they have been this whole game.
Yeah. Wow. Seeing Morbid as jammer sitting for a penalty, mic drop really taking their time.
Similar to what Ben Hurt did for the Chicago game when they had the 12-point lead, they just kind of stood on those last 12 seconds of the period.
There's no sense in risking hurting yourself or someone else for...
Or, more importantly, getting that penalty and having to sit in the box.
Oh, yes, true story, true
and
story.
keeping that, making it a full 2-minute jam.
Unofficial score, Tampa at 212, Flower City at 54. Dang Shi Fine put in those 4 points up on the board before passing. to Morbid.
Well done. Getting those points right at the end there. We'll have our jam refs confirm their points. We had the tournament head ref come by and just like squeezing their face against the glass. Always fun. Well, as soon as we hear that spinning whistle, we'll know that the game is final.
Terminus over there hitting the groove to the beat.
What a fun cheer from Tampa. They're called the Death Rollers because that is actually the term for when they're alligators or crocodiles, I can't remember. They do a little death roll.
Alligators.
So that's what they're doing. When they stick their hands up and they're
Okay.
spinning, they're doing a little death roll.
Okay, I love that. Okay.
All right, so with that spinning whistle, the final score stands at 212 to 54. Tampa Death Rollers takes the win and takes the victory lap. High fives all around.
Yeah.
What a great game and a great team too. Tampa just getting into the MRDA this year.
Wow.
And getting ranked for the first time for Q2. They came in here as the highest ranked team for this tournament. And it shows. They did strong wins for all 3 of their games.
Talking to their turn coach on the break, it was just amazing how new some of the skaters are, or at least
Absolutely.
new to the position that they're currently skating in.
Impressive stuff from Tampa. And then let's not forget our favorites here, Cleveland Guardians, are huge longtime friends with Flower City Fear.
Yes.
Great to see skaters like Mike Drop, who had was considering hanging up the skates, and Shram too. Both out there doing a great job
Trim
with that.
having worked so hard to keep the league going, and I'm loving these new jerseys. Are those fresh this year?
I think
Or
they're
were
fresh
they
as
last
of last
season?
year.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're
I
still.
love those.
They
Those
look
look
awesome.
sharp.
That is a new logo though, and it's super cute with the unicorn. But all right, so thank you all so much for watching this game. Stick around. We will be having the Wisconsin versus Terminus game. We're going to discuss our MVPs.
Yes.
And it'll be Pinky at the next one.
I think it's either Pinky and I or Honey Bear and I.
Okay. So, and then I got to go put on some stripes and ref for the rest
you've
of
got
the day.
another job to do?
Yeah, I got the last 2 games I'll be reffing. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.